Oh, that's a little bit. Am I meant to be like that? Yes, yes, guys, welcome in. Welcome back to another stream of Manchester City. I'm looking at Lucas Paqueta once again. But before we get into it, yes, he's in the chat. Let's get some shout outs in the building, man. Who we got in the building today? We've got Sean, Anakin, we've got Jay, Monifo's in the building. Kipat's Kid is here as well. Big up Sir Daddy, big Irons fan. Good to see you, man. We got Brand Holt is in here as well. Ming Yi. Church of the Poison Mind, LB is here, Karl's here, Nitzin is here, our Queen is here, Jens De Bruyne, your daddy's daddy, Dirty Sanchez. Good to see you guys. Make sure you do me a favour, yeah? Hit that thumbs up button for me. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. We've got 100 people in the building ready to talk about Lucas Paqueta. Our City about to go in for him, well, not today, but in the January transfer window. That is the rumour that is going round right now. And of course, guys, make sure you are subscribed to the second channel. Yesterday, we launched More LB. It is my second channel. What is going to be going on that second channel? More reaction videos, lifestyle videos, random fucking videos. Anything that you can think of will go on the second channel. If I've got more content to do and I can't get it out on the main channel, it'll go out on the second channel. So we've just reached 100 subscribers. Looking to get to 200 subscribers within the next week or so. So do me a favor, make sure you are subscribed to the second channel, More LB. But yeah, big up to everyone. Hopefully you're all well. Done a couple of streams this morning. Was on with Never a Foul. Was on with Lee Gunner before. I'm on with Goonie, big Chelsea fan straight after this. And then I'm on with another Chelsea fan, host of Chelsea Fan TV. It's called Charlie. He's got his own channel, so I'm going on there as well. So, yeah, loads of streams done for you, man. But, yeah, I've seen some news coming out before that Manchester City are potentially looking at going back in for Lucas Paqueta. Well, this isn't really a massive shock. I don't think it's going to come as a massive shock to anyone, to be honest with you. Obviously, City were in for him in the summer, and barring the gambling situation that came out, we would have got him. We would have 100% got him. But obviously, the gambling thing come out. That put a spanner in the works. We ended up getting Matheus Nunes. However, there's always been rumblings around, are City going to go back in for Lucas Paqueta? And today, we've got some news on this one. So let me bring it up on screen for you. Here we go. So this is the first thing. Lucas Paqueta is obviously targeted by Manchester City. We know that Pep Guardiola likes him. And it says Manchester City are watching the investigation into Lucas Paqueta betting accusations and are waiting for a conclusion. If innocent, Man City are decided to make a new offer in the January transfer window. So this is suggesting, right? Because obviously it said City are decided. That tells me that City have basically said to themselves, if we get an innocent sort of nothing wrong with Lucas Paqueta by January, City going to go in for him in January, which surprises me a little bit. I do think we need a midfielder, but it surprises me that City are going back in for him because I spoke about this last week, and for me, I'm surprised that City are going back in for him, even if he gets innocent, just because of the fact that he's got this gambling thing, and I thought City might not want to associate themselves with Lucas Paqueta. But they go on to say, Pep Guardiola sees Lucas Paqueta as a long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. I find this super interesting. I find this super interesting because for me, and guys, feel free to give me your opinion on this one. Disagree with me. You know, it's all about a debate. I see Lucas Paqueta, to be honest with you, I see Lucas Paqueta more of a Bernardo Silva replacement. I think Bernardo Silva is probably going to leave in the summer. He's got this £50 million buyout clause, and I'd be absolutely stunned if no one activates that this summer, right? Especially with how he's playing at the moment. Bernardo Silva is playing at the top level in great form. I see Lucas Paqueta more of a Bernardo replacement than Kevin De Bruyne, just because of the way he plays. For me, I'm looking at if Bernardo leaves, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne's going to leave in the next 2-3 years. I don't see Kevin De Bruyne being here in 2026, something like that. I think we need Paqueta and somebody else. Not necessarily straight away, of course, but I am quite surprised at that. And I'm just wondering what your views are on it, because I just thought, honestly, I thought that Lucas Paqueta would be more of a Bernardo Silva replacement. Now, maybe this guy's got it wrong. Rafael Rice, his name is, this report. Maybe he's got it wrong. Maybe he's not the Kevin De Bruyne replacement. But Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with this. I think that that's probably just more speculation, more of a guess. I think he's more of a Bernardo Silva replacement, to be honest with you. But we'll go through Paqueta's stats. We'll have a look at his numbers and see exactly, what his goals involvements are like. Because I think we spoke about it last night. We did a watch along for those people that joined. Did a watch along last night of Florian Wirtz, who of course is being linked with Manchester City. Could Florian Wirtz be the next Manchester City star, be the next Kevin De Bruyne? If you're saying that Lucas Paqueta is the next Kevin De Bruyne, then we're probably not going to get Wirtz. We're probably not going to get Musiala if that is the case, because obviously you're saying that Paqueta is the man. But let me bring up his stats on screen here. Share this tab. This is Lucas Paqueta this season, right? Now, you've also got to remember that he is playing for West Ham, and before West Ham fans in the chat kill me, you know what I mean? If you look at his stats for Brazil, or you put him in a City team, he would obviously get more assists. He probably would score a few more goals if he was in the City team. Not hating on West Ham, that's obviously just a fact, right? So yeah, take that with, try and understand that, try and apply the context. So this season, played 15 games, 4 goals, 1 assist. Now that's in 1,276 minutes, right? So if we do that by numbers, that's a goal involvement every 255 minutes. Now that's not particularly great, to be honest with you. But again, you gotta take it into context. He's what striker is he playing with? Antonio at City, he'd be with Erling Haaland. So again, I'm not trying to diss on West Ham. If there's any West Ham fans in the chat, I'm just trying to. He's obviously going to get more assists at City than he would at West Ham. That's just a fact. If you look at last season, he got 5 goals, 7 assists in 3,126 minutes. Again, if we do the maths on that, and what you're looking at, we're looking at a goal involvement every 260 minutes. I'm looking at this, and I just don't see this being the Kevin De Bruyne replacement. If you look at Kevin De Bruyne, he's getting 20 assists a season. He's getting 15 goals a season. He's getting a lot of goal involvements. And now, if you compare Lucas Paqueta's numbers to Bernardo Silva, which I'm going to get up right now, the stats are more similar to Bernardo Silva. I mean, if we look at this season, for example, this is Bernardo Silva this season. He's got 5. Do you know what I mean? Very similar. I think it is exactly the same as Paqueta, in fact, isn't it? Paqueta on 5 as well. Yeah, Paqueta's on 5. Bernardo Silva's on 5. If you look at Bernardo Silva last year, what did Bernardo Silva do last year? Let's have a look. He got, what's that? These ads, man. He got what's that? 15. Do you know what I mean? It's for me, it's more similar. His numbers are more similar to Lucas Paqueta. This is Paqueta's stats. So again, it's not all about numbers, of course. People can be like, LB, it's not all about numbers. I completely get that, right? It's not all about numbers, but it just, to me, the way he plays, he works extremely hard, Paqueta. And if there's any West Ham fans in the chat, they'll tell you something that goes unnoticed about Lucas Paqueta is his defensive work. And I've told you this a few times, but when we were linked with him, I never really understood the defense. I never heard it. I never seen it before. And then, obviously, when we was linked with him, I started watching West Ham a little bit to see how he was playing. And I remember watching Sky Sports News, and at the right-hand side, they had the stats. And one of the stats was Premier League most tackles. And Lucas Paqueta was at the top of the list. I was like, fucking hell, most tackles? That's a bit mad for Lucas Paqueta. And then I watched West Ham, and I was watching it. He works super hard. And I'm not saying Kevin De Bruyne doesn't work hard. That's obviously not the case. He does. But Bernardo Silva has got that. He's got that work rate in him. He's got that defensive ability in him. And I just see comparisons. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Paqueta and I want Paqueta, but for me, he's not a Kevin De Bruyne replacement, in my opinion. You can disagree, that's fine. But in my opinion, is a Bernardo Silva replacement. But we need a Bernardo Silva replacement, because you're not telling me that Bernardo's not leaving in the summer. I just don't believe it. I have to question football if nobody triggers that £50 million release clause. You know what I mean? God, if I was Arsenal, I'd be trying. If anyone, I'd be trying. If I was Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, any club in world football, I'd at least try him a look. I'd be like, yo, we'll activate that release clause. Bernardo might turn it down, right? Who knows? But I'd just be trying. Because how are you not going to try and activate a £50 million release clause for Bernardo? It was like when City got Haaland for 55 million release clause. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got to be gone, man. Unless he decides that he don't want to leave. Unless he decides he doesn't want to leave, I've got to imagine that Bernardo's gone this summer. We've got to replace him. For me, Lucas Paqueta is the one. And of course, as well, you're going to get 50 million quid for Bernardo Silva. You know what I mean? It's undervalued, of course, but you're going to get 50 million quid. What's Paqueta going to cost you? 85? So what's that? 6, 7, 8, 35 million. You know what I mean? Is the net outlay, the net spend on that player is going to be 35 million because you're getting the 50 back from Bernardo. Then obviously either this summer or next summer or whatever, you're gonna have to spend the big cash to get the Kevin De Bruyne replacement in. But I think this is a deal that I think we should look at. Paqueta can play loads of different positions. We'll go through that in a second as well. Big up to Anakin says LB solo hot ones at 10k. We got to do something at 10k, man. I'm definitely having a party, mate. Not a physical party, not IRL in it. Like we're gonna go live on the channel. And we'll have some drinks. We'll do some stuff, man. We'll have a bit of fun in it. So we'll definitely do something. Maybe we could do that. I'm not sure, but we'll have to do something, bro. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream, by the way, if you've not done so already. We got 200 people in the building. We're 20 likes away from 100 likes. So 20 people, hit that thumbs up button. And guys, of course, make sure you are subscribed to the More LB second channel. Big things coming up on that. But yeah, listen, Paqueta, he's a great player. He's an underrated player. Do we get him in January? Do we need him in January? Because I've seen a lot of people saying we need a midfielder in January. Right, in January, right, we're going to have Kevin De Bruyne back. We're going to have Alvarez who can play in there. We've got Bernardo who can play in there. You've got Kovacic, Nunes. Do we need him in January? Would West Ham sell him in January? Do you know what I mean? Would West Ham sell him in January? Because if they're still in, how are they doing in the Europa League, man? Because for me, if they're still in that Europa League, then why would they sell him? Let's have a look. Share tab. Europa League, yeah. Where are they at? So the top, you know what I mean? The top. They've got 2 games left. What can Olympiacos get? 6 points. So they need, what, a point out of the final 2 games to qualify. So West Ham are going to qualify. I don't think West Ham sell in January. Why would they sell? So this isn't going to be a January transfer, man. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. I think this is going to be a summer transfer window. The question is, does City need a midfielder in January? I've seen a lot of people saying we do. Do we though? Do we need one in midfield? Do we need a midfielder in January? Do we? I don't know if we do. I don't know, man. I keep changing my mind on this, to be honest with you. We don't need, says Hads. Real Mario says we do need one. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know because it's difficult, isn't it? Because if all our players are fit, yeah, if all our players are fit, we don't need one. Right? Let's be real. We don't need one if all our players are fit. But I guarantee 1st of February, what's our first match? 1st of February. As soon as the transfer window closes, you know for a fact what's going to happen. Getting 2 of our players are going to go down injured. Manchester City, what's our first game? Brentford away, 3rd of February. You know for a fact in that game, if we don't sign a midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne, hamstring injury, guy's dusted. Bernardo Silva, sin a bit, pal. Matheus Nunes, maybe he goes on strike like he did at Wolves. And Kovacic, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. What I would say, in fact, what I think, but the problem is it don't matter on us. If West Ham are not going to sell, I wouldn't sell him. If I was West Ham, I wouldn't sell him. No way would I be selling him. Why? Just say, come back in, you know, if I was West Ham, I'd be like, yo, City, Caldoon, listen, West Ham here. We know that you want Paqueta and you'll get Paqueta, but do you really need him now in January? You're top of the league. You're in the last 16 of the Champions League. You've just won the Club World Cup. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we do. Listen, we're going for a Europa League, man. We're going for the next level trophy. We won the Conference League last year. Allow it. Come back in the summer and it's all yours. I don't know, man. I just don't see them letting him go, to be honest with you. I just don't see him letting him go. I just don't see why. Yeah, Daniela here, West Ham fan, says we don't sell our star players in January. I don't think you will either. I don't see it. I mean, they're saying that City want to go back in, but the only way I could potentially see City getting Paqueta is if there's some sort of release clause that we can activate in January. If there's not, then we ain't going to get him. Now, apparently he has a release clause in the summer of 100 million euros or whatever, but you know, if there's no release clause in January, I just don't see it, man. You know what I mean? He's got a release clause of 85 million next summer, says IP Trust. Yeah, yeah. Listen, it is what it is. I don't see it, man. Only reason we get Paqueta is if he's innocent. Pep wants him badly, whether it's injuries or concerns about KDB staying fit and Nunes and Colvin not stepping up enough. You know what? Actually, that's a good point on the Kevin De Bruyne thing. For us to get a midfielder, a creative midfielder, you're basically saying that you have concerns about Kevin De Bruyne's fitness levels. Because if Kevin De Bruyne stays fit, then is Paqueta really going to play that many matches? Probably not, to be honest with you. But Kevin De Bruyne has been having these injuries. We're not going to properly know because obviously there's good news coming out today on Kevin De Bruyne. I can bring it up on screen in fact in a minute when I find it. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is going to be back soon, which is obviously great news. But at the end of the day, if you don't believe or you don't know whether or not Kevin De Bruyne is going to be able to continue playing at a high level consistently because of his injuries, which obviously at the moment we don't know because it's not happened yet, then you probably are a little bit concerned. And there's the fact that you are going to have to sign a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne in the next 18 months, 2 years, 100%, regardless of what you think about his fitness levels. Because the guy's 32, 33. You're going to have to, you can't let him just go to 36. You can't do a Luka Modric. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to be that type of player. So maybe this is just sort of like, maybe we're just preempting and just being proactive here. And we don't want to fall into the trap of not signing a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne and then he gets injured. Because if he gets injured, then yeah, we're not in a good position. I can't actually find the tweet about Kevin De Bruyne, but if you've not seen it, Kevin De Bruyne apparently, I don't know where this rumor come from. Like, remember we were speaking about that 2 weeks ago? Nah, a bit longer than that. 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. It was like, oh, Kevin De Bruyne's going to start running like at the end of the week. Mate, I don't know who that was who said that. Yeah, what source or journalist said that, but that's clearly not been true. It sounds like he's going to be back sooner than anticipated, but it's going to be back end of December. And in fact, on Kevin De Bruyne, I know I'm waffling a bit here, but on Kevin De Bruyne, and my mate texted me today, good sort of point. Do you think that we should bring Kevin De Bruyne back for the Club World Cup rather than the Premier League before that? Because if you look at our fixtures, yeah, let's have a look at our fixtures. Say he's going to be back at back end of November. You could play him against Tottenham at home, 3rd of December, Aston Villa away, 6th of December, Luton Town away. But it's freezing. That's already freezing. You know what I mean? It's already freezing in the UK. So I was outside before, man. Went outside to the gym, yeah. Didn't take a jumper, didn't take a jacket. Bad mistake, guys. Bad mistake. Get wrapped up, get warm. It is cold out there. Add another month on, it's going to be freezing. Do you really want Kevin De Bruyne in his first couple of games back, running around in the freezing cold in Premier League games? Or do you play him in Saudi Arabia where it's warm, where I don't know because I've never watched a Club World Cup match, but I imagine the intensity of the game might be a bit slower than the Premier League, yeah? It's warm, you can ease him back in, it's nice and calm, yeah? I think that's a better way. Bring him back in for the Saudis, the Club World Cup, play him in the 2 games, providing we get to the final. And then when he comes back, obviously it's going to be cold again, but then he's already played a couple games. His body's used to playing. I think that's probably the best way, man. I don't want to rush Kevin De Bruyne back. Remember Ruben Diaz last year? He come back from injury and we took ages, didn't we? We took ages with with bringing him back into the team, and that paid dividends, really. If you're being honest, yeah, it paid dividends because ultimately he stayed fit till the end of the season. I don't think we need to bring Kevin De Bruyne back soon. We can just leave him until the Club World Cup, bring him back in for that, and then we can kick on. So yeah, for me, I like Paqueta. I'd defo sign him. I'd sign him in January, but obviously there is a risk for him that if he does come in January and Kevin De Bruyne stays fit, he's not going to be playing every single game. However, we've also had the conversation recently, guys, that we've got to accept Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, in my opinion, we've got to start managing their minutes. We can't be playing them every game, man. We can't. And I know that might hurt some of you guys' feelings, yeah, because they're mint players and we don't want to do that. But ultimately, Do we need Kevin De Bruyne playing in group stage Champions League matches? No, we don't. The proof is in the pudding. We've just qualified without him. Yeah. Do we need him in Carabao Cup games? Nah. No, where we need Kevin De Bruyne is in the Premier League and in the deep rounds Champions League. That's where we need him. So playing him in the dead games, no point. We've got to start managing in minutes. We've got to start to accept that Kevin De Bruyne isn't a spring chicken anymore, yeah? We've got to start to accept that Kevin De Bruyne is getting these injuries. And who knows, hopefully, yeah, this surgery fixes it and maybe you can play him every few days. But I'm of the opinion now that we've proved that we don't need Kevin De Bruyne to play every game because we proved it in the Champions League. And we proved it in the Premier League now because we're top of the league. And we proved it in 2019 when he hardly played. He played 900 minutes. We won the league. Where you want him is in the deep end. Wolves away a couple of years ago, or last year, whatever it was, when he scored 5 or 4, whatever it was. That's when you need him. And we want him fresh there. So getting Paqueta in, managing the minutes. Bernardo leaves in the summer. Then we have to look at the proper Kevin De Bruyne replacement. Is it Musiala? Is it Florian Wirtz? I don't know. Good news. In fact, that's a great question, Spells. Great news. Great news on John Stones. I think Pep Guardiola's a little bit of a drama queen at times, guys, to be honest with you. He come out after the game the other day, didn't he? John Stones. And he was like, no, it's over for John Stones. It's over. He's going to be out for ages. It's really sad news, bad news. It's terrible news. Right? And we was all crying, innit? You know what I mean? We was all like, no, this is seriously bad. I think he went a little bit overboard. The doctor said to me, it's not as bad as first thought, but I don't know when he'll be back. He's ruled out for the weekend, obviously. So it sounds like it's not as bad as we thought, obviously, because that's what he just said. So that's good news. That is good news. But it's still bad news that he's out, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to be out until 2024, you know what I mean, now, because obviously there's only 2 months left. But it sounds like he might be back a little bit sooner than anticipated. Apparently, Stones will only miss the game against Chelsea. Well, yeah, Pep clickbaiting, man. You're coming to my stream sometimes and say, LB, this is clickbait. Pep was clickbaiting us with the John Stones. Yeah, so obviously, we've got another bloody international break. Brilliant. So excited for the international break, guys. We got another international break after the Chelsea match. And how long is that? It's only a week, I think, maybe. Because England play on the 17th. And then they play on the 20th. Oh, no, it's a 2-week break. It's a 2-week break. England play Malta and North Macedonia. There we go. Absolute thrilling games. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to miss that 2 weeks. Don't care anyway. So, maybe he's not going to miss any. I mean, it would be great to have him back for the... what's it called? The Liverpool game. That would be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's good news. It sounds like it's not as bad as first expected, which is obviously good. Let's have a look at some of your comments on this one. Yeah, that's very true, bro. That's very true. International break sucks. Megan says, don't think Stones will start against Liverpool. Depends, man. Let's have a look at the City fixtures. I've got to wrap up in a sec because I'm on another channel with Goonie doing a preview for the Chelsea game. That's on the 25th of November. So it's what? 2 weeks tomorrow we play Liverpool. 2 weeks tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know. It depends. What even is his injury? Does anyone know what his injury is? Is it a hamstring again or what? What's going on, man? Because I went on Transfermarkt's injury history for John Stones and it said it was a hip injury. But then I thought it was a thigh injury. Does anyone even know what it is? I don't even know, to be honest with you. But yeah, 2 weeks. I guess there's a chance. But to be honest, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? I'm not really that forced. If we can get him back, yeah, for Tottenham, which is the 3rd of December, that is 3 weeks on Sunday, then I think that'll be chill. You know what I mean? But it's good news anyway. It sounds like it's not too bad. And Kevin De Bruyne will be coming back in December as well. We just got to make sure that we keep everybody else fit. Hip injury again, apparently. Right, okay. Well, there you go. Hip injury. Right, cool. Big topic. Grealish or Doku versus Chelsea. Doku for me, bro. Doku. Right, I'm on with Goonie. The stream will automatically redirect. We've got a big Chelsea versus Manchester City preview coming up right now. So come and join me over there on the Goonie channel. Stream will redirect you. And then after that, I'm going live again with the Chelsea Fan TV. The big boy, Charlie, mate, will be live on his channel as well. And yeah, man, buzzing. Hopefully, you guys are all well. Smash a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to More LB. Second channel is live. Go check that out. I think I'll whack it up on screen. More LB. Get that to 200 subs. Enjoy the rest of your day. Come and join me now, actually. Chelsea preview. And yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. See you later.